Welcome to Module 30102, Trade Safety. Objective 6, Performance Task 2, Video 2. Demonstrate the proper use of a fall protection system.
Anchoring devices must be capable of supporting 5,000 pounds, twice the intended load, or have a safety factor of at least 2 for each worker attached. Types of anchoring points include eye bolts, overhead beams, and integral parts of building structures. The D-rings, buckles, and snap hooks that fasten and/or connect the parts of a personal fall arrest system are called connectors. OSHA regulations require D-rings and snap hooks to have a minimum tensile strength of 5,000 pounds. As of January 1st, 1998, only locking type snap hooks are permitted for use in personal fall arrest systems. 11.3.2, selecting an anchor point and tying off. After the full body harness has been properly donned, the next step is to connect it to a secure anchor point. This is called tying off. Always follow the manufacturer's instructions for the best tie-off methods for the equipment you're using. Use the following guidelines when selecting an anchor point and tying off. Directly above the worker when this is possible, easily accessible, damage-free and capable of supporting the intended load, high enough so that no lower level will be struck should a fall occur. And as a note, knots can reduce the lifeline or lanyard strength by 50% or more. A stronger lifeline or lanyard should be used to compensate for this. 11.2.0, Personal Fall Arrest Systems. Personal fall arrest systems can catch workers after they have fallen. They're rigged to prevent a worker from falling a distance of more than 6 feet to the ground or a lower level work area. The following terms must be understood when describing personal fall arrest systems. Free fall distance. The vertical distance of a fall before a deceleration device is activated. Deceleration device. A device such as a shock-absorbing lanyard or self-retracting lifeline that brings a fallen person to a stop without injury. Deceleration distance. The distance required before a person comes to a complete stop. The required deceleration distance for a fall arrest system is a maximum of 3.5 feet. Arresting force. The forces applied to a worker during a fall event. As the deceleration device expands, these forces are absorbed by the worker. The greater the free fall distance, the more force is applied to the worker. Equipment used in personal fall arrest systems include the following: body harnesses, lanyards, deceleration devices, lifelines, anchoring devices, and equipment connectors. 11.2.3, Deceleration devices. Deceleration devices limit the arresting force that a worker is subjected to when the fall is suddenly stopped. Rope grabs and self-retracting lifelines are two common deceleration devices. A rope grab connects the lanyard and attaches to a lifeline. In the event of a fall, the rope grab is pulled down by the attached lanyard, causing it to grip the lifeline and lock in place. Self-retracting lifelines provide workers with unrestricted movement and fall protection when working on multiple levels. Self-retracting lifelines usually have a wire rope or synthetic web cable that automatically takes up the slack in the attached lanyard, while allowing the worker to move freely without the lifeline slack getting in the way. In the event of a fall, a braking mechanism engages to limit the worker's free fall. 11.2.4, Lifelines. Vertical lifelines are usually flexible wire or fiber ropes that are attached to a fixed anchorage point at the upper end. They provide a means for tying off of personal fall protection equipment via a fall arrest device. Workers must use separate vertical lifelines. A vertical lifeline must be terminated so that it will keep the worker from moving past the end and have a minimum braking strength of at least 5,000 pounds. Horizontal lifelines are connected between two fixed anchorages. They must be designed, installed, and used under the supervision of a qualified, competent person. The more workers tied off to a single horizontal line, the stronger the line and anchors must be. Workers use a fall arrest device to tie off to the horizontal lifeline. A shorter free fall can reduce the chances of falling into obstacles, being injured by the arresting force, or damaging the equipment. To limit the free fall, a shorter lanyard can be used between a lifeline and the harness. Raising the tie-off point of the lifeline can also reduce the amount of slack in the lanyard. Tie off to the highest point practical.